The most overlooked way of making money selling land is solving a problem. Let me give you 3 of the most common problems that you can solve. And if you can find a tract of land, be able to buy it at a reasonable price, and then solve the problem that that tract has, you're going to increase the value of it, or you're going to increase the number of people who are going to be interested in a tract like that. You're going to be able to sell it, maybe make a little money. Number 1, solve the problem of access. So many rural tracts have an issue with access. Either they don't have access to a public road, a deeded servitude or an easement, or the access to it is just very poor. It's undeveloped. It's just not suitable for most buyers. Now maybe it's suitable for you and me. We've got 4-wheel drives and 4-wheelers. We can get around anywhere we want to in the world. But most people, they want to be able to drive up in their SUV and get out in their leather loafers and be able to walk around on the property. You got to solve that problem. One way I've solved access is simply buy an adjoining tract. There are tracts that are landlocked. Now, different states have different laws regarding landlocked properties, so make sure you're listening to this and interpreting what I'm saying through your state law so that what I'm saying can apply in a number of different ways. Buy an adjacent property. I've done this a number of times where we bought a landlocked tract, but I knew that I could then buy a piece of property on one side or the other that would then connect it to the public road. And that, it solved the problem. Because I'm not really buying this property right here, say this 5 or 10 acres for access. I'm not making a lot of money on it, but it is giving me the connecting piece of the puzzle to be able to make money on this tract that I own over here that doesn't have legal access. It's just a matter of identifying a property that you're interested in buying and looking at the adjacent ownership, the adjacent tracts, and asking yourself, can I buy one of these other parcels to give me the access? Or do I know that landowner and I can work out an access deal? Can I negotiate with the timber company that owns that piece of property to get a legal access? I'm doing that on another tract right now. So there are a number of ways to solve the access problem to a landlocked tract. You just need to go into your deal with that solution in mind and know that you're willing to spend the money, spend the time, and go to the extra effort to solve that problem. Another access issue is a tract that's got access, but it's just poorly developed, or it's undeveloped completely. I've got a tract right now that we're selling where there is a deeded access to the property, but it's never been cleared. So there's the solution: bulldozer, mulcher, calculate how many days at $150 an hour it'll take to open that access up, and does it make sense to do it? And if the math works out, you've solved the problem. Now you can sell this tract over here that the majority of the world doesn't think has good access. You've created good access. Maybe you've just gone in and put in some culverts and some rock and crowned up the road and ditched it and made it where it's very passable now. You've solved the access problem. Now, there are a lot of scenarios. I know I can't answer every one in this short video, but my point is, solve the problem of access and you'll increase the value of a tract and you can make some money on it. Second thing, solve the problem of tract size. There are a lot of properties out there that can be bought, but they have to be bought as a whole. The sellers aren't willing to divide them. You can buy these larger tracts, carve them up where it makes sense, where they have access, where they are usable. You can divide these tracts. More people are interested in buying a smaller tract than a larger tract. It's just that way. That's what solving the problem of tract size is about. Taking a larger tract and subdividing it. And I don't necessarily mean creating a subdivision, but I mean dividing it into smaller pieces that opens up more buyers' interest in the world, and you can sell properties like that. For home sites, we've also subdivided larger tracts just for recreational purposes. Tracts that I have been involved in that we have bought, thousands of acres that we've then carved up into 120 acres, 80s, 40s, 160s. Most people can't go out there and buy 2,200 acres, but a lot of people can go out there and buy 120 acres. So you buy the big piece, you do the work to carve it up, and then you sell the smaller pieces, make a little money that way. You got to have a bankroll to do that. You got to have a good investment group. You got to have the ability to put together some money to buy a larger tract. But if you can do that, a lot of people can. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. You can then make money when you sell it in smaller pieces. Hey, the third problem to solve is solve the problem of imagination. And what I mean by that, a lot of people will look at a piece of ground and they can't see what you and I see. They can't see nice rolling ground that a real pretty home could be built on. It's just the ground cover keeps people from seeing what the tract really looks like. Or the tract is covered in timber. They don't have the imagination to be able to see the tract cleared or partially cleared, or to see the tract with that timber now off the stump and converted to money and in their pocket. So you have to solve some of these problems of lack of imagination. You might have to get a mulcher and go and clear the front of the tract along the road so people can drive up to it and see, hey, this is what the place will look like. I can see the rolling ground. I can see where I can have a fenced pasture for my daughter's horse. I can see where to build the house and put the barn. They can see it because you've taken away a lot of the ground clutter. You've had a lot of timber cut. So now that money's in your pocket and you can ask a lower price for the dirt because you've put the value of the timber in your pocket. A lot of people realize that timber's got value, but they have no idea how to get it cut, or they're scared to because maybe they'll get taken advantage of. They've heard horror stories about unscrupulous loggers. So if you solve the problem of a lack of imagination, you can get people to the point that they need to be able to see the property the way they want to see it, and to be able to buy that property from you because you're basically serving it up to them on a silver platter. Thanks for watching our videos. There's some more right there. Check them out.